Announce that to the whole world.
I'm going to try not to cough while I'm streaming, but I've got a tickle in my throat.
We do appear to be live on Twitch, and I assume YouTube's doing fine too. So feel free to do your thing.
Okie dokie. Are you going to bring up the stream so that you can actually watch the game?
Well, let me do the ingestion settings first.
Go on then. I'll get my mule and I'll get him to bring some of this metal from up here and take it down there, because we've got none down there.
You're mildly condescending there. I'll explain later how, because I need to figure it out too. On a side note, say hello to Blazing Gale.
Hello, Blazing Gale. Might need to take some concrete as well.
So, remind me, it's been like an entire ice age again. What happened recently and what are we doing right now?
Right, well, we currently have a dust storm underway, so we're short on things. We're short on water and we're short on oxygen, but I've got loads stored up, so that shouldn't be a problem.
We're not short on dust, I hope.
No, we have lots of dust. More dust than you could shake a stick at.
More than I could shake a stick at?
Than you could shake a stick at.
Oh yeah, shaking makes... No, hold on. This still doesn't make sense. Why would I shake my stick
at
dust?
Maybe it's a feather duster stick.
Yeah, I guess, but still, it's... Hold on. Old-fashioned brooms were made out of lots of sticks.
They were.
Okay, I can see it work now. I was going to complain about something else, but I forgot what it was. Anyway, Blazing Gale politely and very loudly informs us that he has finally finished arts class.
Oh, well
and thus he will be set free. He now talks about imitating birds. I wouldn't recommend that. Could lead to horrible consequences due to the minor hiccup of you not being a bird. He wants to make sure I actually read out the bird thing. Right. So Blazing Gale says, I feel like a bird taking flight for the first time. Again, don't try to. I'm taking this too literally, so I read it out, no need to complain. Anyway, how was art class a burden for you?
I hated art class.
I mean, I hated art class too, and until I got an art teacher who loved my impressionistic work.
I was just never very good at art.
Well, me neither. I wasn't one of the children who managed to paint within the lines. I don't know how people do that with watercolors. That bloody stuff gets everywhere, and as soon as your table tilts just a little, it's all over the place.
Right, let's see. So we have deep water extraction and deep metal extraction underway, followed by waste rock liquefaction.
And then human eating.
And then, yeah, we eat our
Lovely
dead.
stuff. So apparently, Blazing Gale sees the Beast Complaint with Art Class being the final project. How so? What was the final project and how was the problem? Also, say hello to the Spotted Cow and a good mood
good
to you.
mood to you too, Spotted Cow.
The Spotted Cow points out that green paint doesn't taste like grass. Well observed, although that depends what type of paint you're using. I'm pretty sure there's a biodegradable version of green paint that uses grass as some other plant-based thing that might taste more like grass.
Oh, what's going on here? Why have I not got enough colonists in my infirmary?
I don't know. Did you set the dome under quarantine by any chance? I remember having a problem with people moving around lately.
Let's have a look. Oh, it's okay. It's sorted itself out. Yeah, it did move a lot of people around, didn't we? So it might be just that.
Oh, the only dome you set under quarantine was the southern one, wasn't it? Right. Did your power reactor already get the eternal fusion upgrade?
Yes.
Lovely stuff.
Is this out of resources?
It is. I don't see a resource site underneath it.
No, I don't either. I don't remember getting a message telling me that it had run out of resources.
Alright, so apparently the fault of art class being a horrible thing is not the art class's fault. It's the fault of a girl that Blazing Gale didn't particularly like. Right. Is that the only thing that was bad about art class? The forced cooperation with one person? He was forced to cooperate on the final project with a person, and he got paired up with a girl he doesn't like.
No. Yeah, no, that's not good. Alright, what I'm going to do now, I want to move some of the stuff that's over here, because we're going to want to put in a deep extraction mine for that.
I'm pretty sure you can squeeze it in there, but like you said, the dust that comes up might be a problem.
Oh, yeah. So if I can... I think I'll move...
Shouldn't we keep the subsurface heater?
Well, I'm going to move all of this stuff, including the subsurface heater, over here, I think.
But the mine?
What?
There's going to be a new mine over there next to the subsurface heater, so it would be wise to keep the mine operational, also keep the subsurface heater next to it, right? No.
We can usually do without the mine during a freeze. The freezes don't go on for that long.
Fair point.
We need the subsurface heater near the water towers.
Yeah, that is a bit more vital.
So I think we'll get all this infrastructure and we'll move it over here, now that there's no processing going on over here. Is that empty? Right, yes, that's empty, so I can get rid of that.
Oh, I noticed that the Twitch chat isn't being relayed to YouTube again, so Blazing Gale, if you're feeling alone, that's because the chat relay is not working once more. I don't like how randomly sporadic it is. Either way, moving on, Blazing Gale explained that for the final project they had to find something to do together.
Ooh, she was
and
loud.
Blazing Gale came up with the idea of making a little game that will teach about cultures and thus reduce racism within Israel. It's quite ambitious. I mean, I can see it being a small project, but if you're already banking on it making a huge change in the country,
Oh, it's large changes are made out of small changes.
fine then. Aim for the stars, I guess. Anyway, the main thing was how much work he had to do in comparison to the girl, I assume. He literally set dozens of hours on his computer working in Photoshop to make the things for his project, while the girl, again, I'm assuming, did nothing, and that's where that frustration with art class comes from.
My frustration with art class was just, I couldn't do it.
I mean, I could do it, I apparently just couldn't do it well enough for the tastes of my previous art teachers.
That'd be good about there. Right, let's let them build that, because I don't want to stack up too much for them.
Also, say hello to Crazy Potato,
Hello, Potato!
who slept for 14 hours.
Oh, well, that makes up for the only 2 hours that you had yesterday.
Lovely stuff, although it would be nice to balance that out in the future.
Oh yeah, it's always nice to be able to balance out your sleep, but not always possible.
Also, he experienced a short PC crash just before the stream started, but he didn't miss anything. He had his PlayStation Vita with him.
Nice.
The Spotted Cow points out that a school couldn't possibly have enough money for good paint. Oh no!
Renegades have stolen resources!
Well, luckily, there's statistics that tell you who the renegade person is, so you can send them out of the airlock.
I was
Hold on,
thinking
what did they
more
steal?
about putting a...
Is that a fuel
I
canister?
think it's a fuel canister.
We can do without that fuel
We can.
canister.
As long as that's all he's stealing. And as long as he doesn't use that fuel canister to set something on fire.
I doubt it. Mine usually didn't.
I've never had that before.
Well, it could be worse. But it's something that you eventually learn to live with until you get those rehabilitation centers.
Ah.
I believe it's one of the Spire buildings.
I think I might have it, actually.
Oh, you've got it researched. Lovely stuff. As I was saying, the Spotted Cow points out that it guesses that schools usually buy the cheapest and most poisonous paint that they can find. If they buy the paint at all, I remember in Germany we had to buy our own water paint. Which sounded quite reasonable, I guess. Oh well. Blazinger seems to be unhappy with the way I read out my messages. Also, Potato points out that his brain is broken. Also, say hello to Tammy, who I didn't see up until now.
Hey, Tammy.
She's sorry that Potato's brain is broken. Don't worry, a few hours of sleep will hopefully fix that. Then again, Potato claims that it could be worse while his head explodes after just 5 minutes.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Mildly. Depends on which head. You know, if you're talking about your weird, obscure, imaginary phantom head that's floating behind you, I'm fine with that exploding.
Cable fault reported.
She's loud.
Who is?
The woman who tells me that I've got cable faults and things.
Never felt loud to me, but if it helps, you could turn it down on your headphones because I usually tend to turn them up. It's a thing I do. It's because I'm old and deaf. And I can't hear properly.
Having loud headphones will cause you to go deaf.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm making them louder so I become deafer. How are we for resources?
We are low on metals and low on machine parts.
Oh, Potato's not talking about his head potentially being worse, with an explosion following 5 minutes later. He was talking about the fuel canister being used for space terrorism against the Mars people. So, shall we time down when we're going to expect an explosion in about 5 minutes?
Sure. I have no idea what you're talking about, sorry.
It's alright. I'm indulging chat's weird whims.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
Which sectors are we currently seeing?
Oh, one's out of reach.
Of course, yes.
Be nice to bring them in reach, actually.
Yeah. That's why I was asking about resources. I'd really like to have more tunnels. Imagine Martian mole people.
Okay, I can get rid of that one now.
Aren't we losing all the water that's in that storage tank?
Maybe, but I do have a lot of reserves. I'll show you in just a second. So, we've got over 1,000 units of stored water, and we're using 8.4. So, yes, do have a nice...
Yeah, but that's all going to go away as soon as the subsurface heaters turn on. Your northern...
No, that's the power. They use power.
Oh, they don't increase in water usage?
Subsurface heaters? I didn't think so. Not that I'd noticed.
I didn't know. Oh well.
Okay, and I would like another oxygen and another water tower.
The spotted cow believes it would be beneficial to itself to put the stream into the background, listen to the smoothing sounds of our voices bickering at each other about Martian politics, while it plays some War Thunder. Please angle it more.
What?
So it's symmetrical to the subsurface seater. No? Okay, never mind.
Fits in better like that.
Fine.
Okay, I just like to have 2 towers and 2 oxygen tanks per dome. And I actually prefer it if I can get them either side of the main pipe rather than clustered together like this, but it'll do.
Yeah, in case of a meteor strike.
Yeah. But they are connected both sides to the dome, so the dome should last a little while if a meteor took out, say, here.
Oh, so you're going to keep that pipeline over there?
Yes.
Right.
Oh, what, this pipeline up here?
Yes.
Not the pipeline. I'll keep the electricity, but not the pipes. Because the pipes won't be connected to anything.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
In which case, they're just a liability, really.
But without them, the dome won't be connected from 2 sides anymore, will it?
No, but it doesn't really matter, because I can't connect it round the back, and I don't want to leave it connected here.
Yeah.
Because it's so close to the mine. But, what I could do, so it's connected here. No, I think I am going to have to leave it connected there. I can just get rid of this stretch up here. I'd like to move that battery. The battery I could put up here.
What's wrong with the spot where it is right now?
It's right next to the mine.
Well, it would be right next to the mine up there too, I guess. At the moment, I'm assuming you'd put the mine...
Somewhere maybe about here.
No, that's where I thought you'd put the mine.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I can't
Right.
have a mine at the moment because I haven't finished the research.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's probably equidistant, isn't it?
Exactly. Then again, having another backup battery up there wouldn't harm, if you do have the resources. Here's a silly question. If you had a name that would start with an M, just so I can make something that sounds like Mia's Mars mission, but with your name instead, what would that name be? Actually, that ties in nicely with the question Potato just posted. Sal, if you had a clone of yourself, what would you do with that clone, and more importantly, what M-related name would you give it?
I don't know.
I assume if she had a clone, she would start bickering with the clone who would have to go to work until they establish, a strict and clear schedule when who has to go to work.
It'd be my clone.
Well, yeah, but you can't let the clone work all the time. You need to stay on good terms with the clone, otherwise the clone will eliminate you. That's a bit mean. And if the clone is mean, because you were mean to the clone, you could go and call it what Potatoes just suggested, and go with Melford Mel.
Okay, so around here.
That's a very simplistic
Don't need to worry
version
about
of tinkering an M in there, really. I was hoping for something more imaginative than Malford Mel, because if you do the exact same thing for Mir, but in reverse, I would just be called Seer. And that sounds weird.
Yeah, it does.
Thank you.
And then we'd want a water tower.
Research complete.
Oh, fantastic.
Ah,
So
wonderful.
now we're doing deep metal extraction. So I can drop in a water extractor down here, but I
we don't
need
it
to
now.
put people in my dome.
What? No, we don't need to have people to run a water extractor.
So, oh no, of course we don't. But we do need these out of the way.
I don't know if a water extractor actually produces
Mhm.
dust.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay. Potato adjusted it from a Malford Mal, with spelled with an A, to Mel, spelled with an E.
Hang on, is that just a normal water? I thought that. Oh, yeah. It's gone. It's gone blue because I was just
You
thinking that all
researched
the
it.
all the deep ones were red, but no, that's because we can't actually.
You know, I suffered from the same confusion the first time around. Although, having a clone would come with some problems, because we don't have enough computers for the moment for the clone. And I'd assume we would provide the clone with a computer out of kindness? Or is the clone a lesser being in our eyes? Just making sure here so we're on the same page, really.
Let's see. I think I'll put that there. And where were it? Oh, cable connections right there.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And I think I will just put in an extra one just to be sure.
I think it would have done that automatically. I mean, if you're looking at the pipe mess a little to the south, it already did that basically with
Oops.
everything.
Yeah. What is that? That's the subsurface heater. Yeah, so I'll leave that there because that's still capturing that lot.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
Kinda needs another one up there.
Pipe leak reported.
Infrastructure, that's right.
Well, Sal doesn't seem to be engaging with the moral conundrum surrounding
I'm
a clone.
no good at remembering. I mean, I'm not the best at thinking of names anyway.
Well, that's all right. We were
What would
going
my
to
clone
ask
do?
how we're going
Well,
to treat
they
the
would.
drone.
They would, like, go to work for me.
Well,
Do my
you
job, so I
decide-
didn't have to.
Again, that's
Right.
very mean
Really
to the
short.
clone. It deserves some downtime, doesn't it? Otherwise, at some point, it's going to rebel, and I assume replacing a clone every time it becomes a bit upset with our work ethic here is going to be expensive.
Right, I think I'm going to bring a load of metals.
Potato tells us that sleeping for 14 hours straight has made his brain so clear he can actually think without any other thoughts clouding his mind. Yes, right, I was trying to initiate a conversation
Resources
with
are low.
chat about clones. How would you treat your clone, ethically speaking, if you had one? It's okay, chat. Take your time. And there are no bad examples anymore, seeing how poorly Sal treats her clone. Oh, look, there's a metal piece.
Yeah, I'm going and getting them right now.
How have we
Oops.
not gotten that before?
Ah. I know there's a couple of little deposits up there.
Potato points out that, unlike me, Sal would have to have an organic clone, which means she will have normal needs like, hunger, a desire to sleep, probably wants to be entertained every now and then, and is probably just as lazy as you when it comes to going to work. No offense.
Oh, right.
Anyway, Blazing Gale recently experienced a holiday where they had campfires and a party. He didn't drink himself because his mother asked him not to, but he still had fun apparently.
Cool.
And his shoes are now filled with sand. I'm not sure if that's part of the fun or if that's a, negative side effect that happens during these parties. Might have expressed that opinion in the past before, but personally I don't get the appeal of people drinking alcohol. It usually smells horrible, it doesn't taste nice, and it doesn't do anything good to you, if anything at all.
Oh, here comes some more metals. I think that will have been that entire deposit.
Shouldn't we send the other rocket away before the next one comes in?
No, we've got ages yet. Looks like it's only 27. In the meantime,
Sorry,
it
looked like
is
72 from here.
Yeah, in the meantime, it's filling up with raw metals and things for export. Yep, that's a good one.
Resources are low.
Oops.
How is our funding situation at the moment?
Well, I've just spent all my money on metals.
Oh, everything. Okay. I thought we might have made some cash at some point in between.
Oh yeah, I've been making cash, but every time I've made cash, I've spent it on either
Cable fault reported.
metals or something else.
Fair point.
Well, we're not doing bad. We're sustaining ourselves okay. Right, what's not working?
Sustaining. Your northern drone hub is
Let's
out
just
of materials.
see. It's a subsurface heater, and that's a problem. Right, we need metals up here.
What on earth is a dull?
What?
What is a dull?
Dullahan. I don't know.
So,
what's
how would you
more?
react if you woke up as a dull handheld device at one day? I'm not sure. I assume that's what it is. Of course, I'm upset. Potato didn't even answer my question about treating his own clone ethically. How rude.
So I'm actually going to grab the mule and take him up north. Right, that'll do. Where's the tunnel?
Tammy also
There.
wants to know what a dull is. I'm really nice with pronouncing that word. Oh yeah, I was going to start a rant about your northern drone hub.
What about my northern drone hub?
Not the northern outpost you're up here right now at the moment. I was more talking about the one at the center of your operations. It has a lot of idle drones sitting around.
Mm-hmm.
So if we threw in like 1 or 2 waste rock storage piles.
I've got liquefaction coming.
I know you do.
And then they can turn all that waste rock into concrete.
It would make it easier for them if it already or somewhere. Oh, fine. Okay, Potato has posted an explanation. The Dullahan is a headless rider, usually on a black horse, who carries his or her own head under one arm. Usually the Dullahan is male, but there are some female versions. The mouth is usually in a hideous grin that touches both sides of the head. So it's kind of like Ichabod Crane,
Yeah,
Tammy
that's what I was
points
thinking.
out. Also say hello to Ahmed NRTO.
Hello, Ahmed. Welcome to the stream.
And Cell Technologies, who just appeared too.
Hello, Sal.
Just for the record, Ahmed, if we're talking to comments posted on the stream that you yourself can't read, that's because we're streaming to both YouTube and Twitch, and unfortunately the Twitch relay doesn't work properly, so at the moment all the people on Twitch can see your comment, but you unfortunately can't see their comments anymore.
Is it that the Twitch relay is broken, or is it that YouTube's broken? Is it the YouTube receiver
YouTube
or
is
the
broken.
Twitch? Right.
The messages
that's-
get relayed properly. The only problem is ever since YouTube did some background modifications for live streaming services, our messages get sent to the
Wrong place.
wrong stream. Potato
right.
posted a tiny picture of a potential youth throwing your head around. I don't see any useful application of being able to remove your head like this, but okay.
All right, that rocket's gone.
Well, in my case, I'd mostly just be confused. Probably also upset as soon as she forgets her head and leaves it lying around everywhere.
I forget my head most Monday mornings.
Well done. Cell Technologies is asking if those Dullahas are allergic to gold and are in fact undead.
Actually, do you know what I think I shall do? I'll just pause him and say, no. Go up there, because our next rocket is nearly here, and that's bringing a load of metals. So we can send these metals up to the northern outpost.
Lovely. On a side note, say hello to Ralph,
Hello, Ralph.
who is performing extremely well in Fortnite and has now decided to start bragging here.
Well done.
Again, Potato, what useful application is there to being allergic to gold and being able to take your head off?
Being allergic to gold. Imagine if King Midas was allergic to gold. Right, unload all your stuff there.
I mean, he already died. Might as well make it worse, I guess.
King Midas was dead?
Well, yeah, he is. I mean, everything he touched turned to gold, so he needed to be fed by servants
Sector
to survive,
scan.
or he would,
Anomaly found.
you know, not make it. Ralph tries to convince us that this was just a humble brag. I'm not buying it. You used a curse word that implies you're bragging. Tammy,
There
by
is
the way, is
nothing
blaming
wrong
YouTube.
with bragging, as long as it's justified.
I mean, yes.
And good
I
natured.
didn't complain, I just bluntly pointed it out.
You just had your complaining voice on. It's not that you
I
complain.
have my that's my normal voice.
I know.
Thank you. So, Potato points out that the benefit for Sal would be that she gets to read out chat on Wednesday, but also be relaxed in bed. Theoretically speaking, she could already do that.
True. I could take
Sure,
a
you wouldn't be able to
microphone.
hear it.
Well, no, I could take a microphone through to my bedroom and I could read out chat from the bedroom. This is true.
A little lower.
What?
We want to.
No.
No, we want to hit the exact same spot.
No, we need to move the spot.
Why?
Because we don't want to get... Oh, mind you, it's only a mine, isn't it, I suppose? I didn't want to be... Yeah, you know, we've built a mine out there now.
doesn't suffer from dust.
No, but the mine and the pipes and...
Fine.
Oh,
move
all
it.
right. I'll put it back exactly where it's always been. Just
Thank
for you.
Cell
No.
Technologies is asking if Midas's innards wouldn't turn all of the food into gold. I thought it was just what he touches. Was it everything he bites too? Sal?
What?
Midas. Was it just touch or everything, like touch with his hands, or was it everything that got in contact with him in any way, shape or form?
I don't know. I think we should build a tunnel over here. There's tons of stuff we could get to. How am I doing for things?
Potato points
Probably
that there will
right.
be no major downsides besides the fact that she has to carry her head around. That is already a downside. You'll have your hands full at any moment.
Will I have a head bag?
I doubt it. I mean, you can't even squeeze the head back on where it used to be.
If I can have a head bag, then I wouldn't mind. Now, thing is, power. Do I tunnel it from here to here and then over to there?
I thought you were going to tunnel from the north.
No. It's definitely quicker. If you think about where the base is placed, which is just there. What I'm thinking is that I could...
I'm not sure if you'll be able to make it with the tunnel that close. Yeah.
Too far. And actually... Overlaps deposit. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see what you're going for.
So, and then that would be there. Okay. Right, what I want to do is cancel that. Because in the first instance, I just want to get my mule and researcher down there. So we know that up here is okay. Where might we actually want this?
I would go with up there. There are 2 water deposits right
and
there.
2 metals.
Exactly.
So I think I'll actually tuck it back a little bit.
Yeah, in case we want to plop down a dome there.
Yeah. It looks like dome-friendly territory, doesn't it?
It does. Minus all the meteor impacts.
Well, yeah. But a lot of this... I haven't seen too much in the way of meteor strikes down this end. There's been, 1 or 2, but 1 or 2 everywhere. It's mainly up here where... let me just zoom out a little bit. So it's this top corner and this half of that plateau where we get a lot of the meteor strikes. So it's that corner there that gets the worst of it.
While you're on the scan view, you might as well, click
Add a
on
few more?
Exactly. Lovely stuff.
Yeah, can't add another.
The Cell Technologies is still stuck with that philosophical question of, can Midas actually eat anything without having anything inside him also turned into gold? Ralph believes that this is not the stream for philosophical stuff like that. I beg to disagree.
This one. I think we're a good channel for stuff like that, but maybe this isn't the stream for it.
Colonists are departing.
Oh no!
Good.
Who
I
is it?
hope that's the renegade that stole my things.
Oh, no! You can click on him and find out who it was. Come on, we can be that petty before he leaves.
Machine parts. I'm busy. I've got important things to do.
Oh.
We
Well, good
need
luck staying on that rocket for
30.
about 2 weeks while we just let it sit there.
Yeah, this is true.
Anyway, Potato points out that yes, you do get a handbag for your head, but you have to deal with the vision of your head being at the level of the bag. And you might get motion sickness from staying in the bag. Although, if you're undead, I would believe that you no longer have any problems with motion sickness and things like that, right?
We shall bring Mia's minions up there.
Cell Technologies points out that if you do have problems with your head not staying on your neck, you could just use a stapler.
I think I'd rather use glue. The stapler sounds a bit painful.
A bit, but then again, you're undead.
Just because I'm undead doesn't mean I don't feel.
I always thought that's part of the undead experience.
I don't know. I've never actually met an undead to ask them.
Fair point. Tammy suggests that instead of those...
where's this guy going? Is that you? That's Mia's minions, isn't it? And he's doing crazy things. Where are you?
Send him to the tunnel. Or he's going
I think
there
he's
directly.
worked it out himself. He was trying to go cross country, I think.
Let him have some fun. Like I was saying, Tammy points out that there's a far simpler solution than both staples and a bottle of glue. Try duct tape. That should work reliably.
Oh, yeah. That sounds alright.
Okay, apparently Sal's not undead. She just has a space wormhole on your neck. Cell Technologies then again argues that space necromancy is still necromancy, so... We basically decapitated her and she is technically speaking dead.
Oh, was it you who decapitated me? We didn't make that clear at the start.
Potato did, not me.
Okay.
I was against it from the start.
How much
Or
concrete did I need? Was
alternatively,
it
it could
30?
have been your clone since you're treating her so poorly.
80. Okay. So that's a...
Full truckload.
Full truckload and some.
Tammy is now suggesting The Walking Dead stories from Mars. Potato's face-palming now and points out that this is what happens when he tries to talk about mythology to these people. These people probably being us. I'm just trying to say it's rather impractical to have your, head, floating around. It's not even floating. You need to carry it everywhere. Again, very impractical. You could try talking about more amazing mythical theories.
No, I think that's it's a valid point about
Having
Midas.
your head.
No, we were talking about Midas, remember?
Oh, that.
Oh, was it Potato who was talking about Midas?
No, Cell Technologies was talking about Midas. Potato's upset that we're not all too happy with his headless space necromancy thing. Then again, there's a lot of mythology that's, by definition, not very useful. Like, I can do without the whole goose story.
Goose?
Zeus.
Oh, Zeus.
Yeah, let's go with Zeus.
Are you sure you didn't mean goose?
I said goose, but as far as I remember, Zeus, Zeus had a thing for geese.
I thought it was swans.
Oh, it might have been a swan. You know, a goose and a swan kind of look alike.
No, they don't.
Both got wings and a beak, and you usually don't want to meet them in public because they will mess you up no matter what.
Yeah, that's true. Hang on, did we need metals? Yes, we did need
Yes,
metals.
we did need metals.
30 metals.
So, again, Potato points out, it's not space necromancy. Well, what is it then? If Sal's not dead, but we decapitated her using a wormhole, it sounds an awful lot like space necromancy. And now he's shaking his
Cable
arm at
fault
me.
reported.
I'm not sure if that's like Night in the Woods arm shaking or condemning arm shaking. You know, the classical move of shaking your fists against the sky. implying I'm the sky.
Alright, so that is 45 plus 15, which is 60. So I need to go back and get 20 more concrete.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can do sums in my head while I stream.
Lovely stuff.
I can't always get them right though.
Cell Technologies points out that Dr. Frankenstein's monster was also undead, but it was science necromancy.
True. Mm-hmm.
Potato's shaking both of his arms at the same time, so Night in the Woods arm shaking.
Or like the was it Emma, the employee yesterday who got into a panic and would run around shaking her arms in the air?
You know, all the employees do. No.
Oh no, Emma was the one
good
that stayed still. Yeah.
There we go.
Look at that, Mia.
What?
There's a little thing right there.
What's the little
It looks
thing?
like a little...
Funding received.
It's a cable.
It's a little bit of cable. Shall we get rid of that?
I think you tried, but you couldn't.
Did I?
Oh, you could. Tammy points out that she thinks it's an arm shake that suggests why.
It suggests you people.
So, Cell Technologies is asking, if you put a brain in a jar and then make that jar move a body, is that not necromancy? Depends what type of jar it is. If it's a futuristic type of jar, it's cyber necromancy. If it's a classical type of jar, it's probably classic necromancy. You can define the type of necromancy by, looking at the type of jar.
Just because I was counting then, and therefore couldn't think, because I can't count and think at the same time.
Cyber jars.
I missed the point there. So there's a brain in the jar and the jar is moving. Is that like the brain is moving the jar? Or are you picking it up and giving it a good shake?
No. No, don't shake the brain, please. That's not healthy. No.
Because if it is alive, you just give it a really nasty headache. Like me on a Monday morning.
It doesn't even have a head anymore at this point.
Well, it would be the equivalent of a headache. It would be brain ache.
It would be a concussion, really.
Yeah, I suppose. You give it concussion. That's cruel.
Why would you give your jar brain a concussion? It's not nice.
Well, that was what I wanted to understand.
Hold on.
No, it's not necromancy, it's just cruelty.
We're not shaking the jar. The jar is, I assume, connected to a body, and the brain in the jar is moving the body.
Hang on, let's see where that meteor is. It's probably already landed, because you don't get much warning.
Can't you click on the notification? Oh, it's right
Oh,
there.
right there.
In the middle.
Right in the middle of my... Oh, there it is.
Oh, hey, there it is. Yes.
Oh, it's going to
Hold
land.
the
It's
middle
going to
mouse
destroy
button,
my...
cycle around it.
It's going to destroy my concrete store.
What? Oh no, it is going to destroy a concrete store. Right.
Which is a bit of a problem, because I haven't got any more new concrete.
Maybe it's a very precise one that just...
Cable fault reported.
The
Pipe
concrete
leak
storage is still standing.
Marvellous.
So returning to the brain in the jar now that the catastrophe is
Right,
over.
kids, get on with that.
So the brain is in a jar, and I assume the jar is in some way, shape, or form connected to a body.
Hang on, let me just get Rover McRover face up here.
It's alright, take your time.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So,
And the brain in the jar that is connected to a body is moving the body around. Is that not necromancy, was the question asked by Cell Technologies. Sammy
Sector
says that
scanned. Anomaly found.
if the jar with the brain is in a school, it's education. I'm not sure. The brain is lacking eyes and ears, so it couldn't really pick up anything that's being taught there. So, in that case, it's very inaccessible and poorly planned out education.
it's like wash on, wash off, wash on, wash off.
Sure. Bell Technologies points out you can't get motion sick without an inner ear. Nice.
Oh, but if my head was in a bag, I would still have an inner ear?
Oh yeah, you would.
All right, let's.
Anyway,
grab
returning
the
to the
stuff.
jar point, my point was that you can determine. So having a brain in a jar move a body is necromancy by default. We can agree on that. But you can determine what type of necromancy it is judging by the jar. If it's a futuristic jar, it's cyber necromancy. Right? Because you're like a futuristic android with a jar brain head. But if it's a classic jar, it's normal necromancy or classic necromancy. The potato, to make things clearer, points out that Sal's not dead. Food still ends up in your stomach when you eat. The only thing that happens to Sal is that her neck is missing. A non-flammable flame comes out where Sal's neck was, and Sal's head is portable. And now he's posted an illustration of how this would be useful by aimlessly sending your body out into danger without any way, shape or form to recognize where it is, while the head just lazily stays on the couch to watch TV.
Again, this sounds awfully like me on a Monday morning.
You send your
I
body
think
out
I've
into
been-
danger?
Well, I certainly don't really take my brain with me.
Fair point. Well, at least you can
You've
see where
seen
you're
me
going.
on a Monday morning. Okay, right.
Sal Technologies points out that you need to feed the brain in the jar depending on the
Shall
type of necromancy.
Let's get you down here and just collect some stuff. There's loads of polymers. And
Shouldn't we
Is
send the
that
research
metals?
vehicle down here first?
he's already working.
Oh,
You
he
weren't
is.
watching me.
Sorry, I was busy figuring out head stuff.
Right, load. Oh, balls. Right, load. Whatever.
Meteor incoming.
Uh-oh. Oh, and there's several of them.
Yeah.
Unload.
How about you build a general storage depot at the tunnel entrance?
Oh, I was going to tell him to unload right there. I thought I'll take him right up to here. Unload resource, everything there.
Don't worry, as far as I know, tunnels cannot be affected by meteors. At least I've never had one of my tunnels broken by them. Of course, now I'm happy to be proven wrong, I guess.
Yep, I think they're fairly indestructible. Unload resource, right, we've done that.
I don't think it realized.
Didn't work, didn't like it. Okay, go and collect whatever and drop it off.
Are Mia's minions still up there in the corner?
Anomaly analyzed.
Yes, Mia's minions are still there.
Here's an idea.
Yeah.
Send Mia's minions down there where the rover is at the moment.
Uh-huh.
Activate them and just place down a general depot and they'll help collect
That's a good
stuff.
idea, actually. Yep. So, well, let's get Mia's minions. Right click when it's not on a convoy.
In fact, I'd suggest you stop whatever the rover is
Storage.
doing there and send it farther away because everything
I'm
that's...
going to.
Sorry.
I'm just setting up a storage first. Universal depot. We'll have that here. Mia's minions can get on with it. Go and get that unlocked. Let's find out what that is.
So, Potato points out that Sal would most likely know where the rooms are in her own house, so if she needed to use the washroom or grab food or a snack, she doesn't have to stop watching while she goes to take care of what she needs to do.
Oh, that's an idea. Yeah.
Yes, still, I wouldn't want to send the body blindly into the bathroom. What if it slips because it couldn't see where it was going, or there was something in the way, or I'm using the bathroom and it doesn't know?
Yeah.
It would
Because I
just
wouldn't
constantly
even be
bang at the door and try to walk in there, and I would have a panic attack.
Yeah.
All I'm
I
trying
can
to
see
say
that
is, as
being
soon
a
as Sal
drawback.
loses her head, I should probably move out.
Oh, Mia, that's so cruel. The moment I become disabled, you abandon me.
No, I'm not saying that. The moment you leave your head lying around on the couch while your body goes wandering off somewhere else, I am concerned and leaving.
Would you say the same thing if I had a false leg?
It's put it like that. As long as you don't leave it lying around in the open, but instead have an orderly place to put it, I'd be fine with it. As long as the leg doesn't talk to me. Although if you leave it lying around in an common place, I might be inclined to stash it away in a place that I deem orderly.
You would file it in alphabetical order of body parts, wouldn't you?
Yes. So, Tammy's asking, what if the body stubbed its toe? I mean, that's something that even happens to you with your head attached.
It's true.
So, without the head attached, it's A, more likely, and B, probably more painful.
Is it more likely, though, or would my body be more cautious if it didn't have my head, like, constantly being distracted with random crap?
I don't think your body becomes an autonomous unit that's just there to carry your head around while you spurt commands at it.
Why have you run out of metals? Insufficient metals. Okay, right, where's the mule? Right, mule, we've got a job to do. We need to pick up all of the metals from there first.
Does Mia's Minions currently have
Anomaly analyzed.
full capacity of drones assigned to it?
No, it's only got 3.
May I recommend to turn some of the inactive
Death
drones...
storm approaching.
Uh-oh.
Inactive drones of one of the center drone hubs into drone fabrication parts and printing them out at the Mia's Minions thing.
Oh, that sounds like an awful lot of work.
It's not
Right,
really.
unload... load? What? No, load.
Cell Technologies doesn't know what it's like finding a way around the house without seeing where he's going. He can't even find his way to his bed without lights.
Oh, I'm pretty good, actually, at operating in the dark.
Well, again, here we go. Potato points out that while Sal's body and head are separated, they're still acting as one unit. So whatever your body is doing, you're in direct control of it, so you need to find your way around it blindly. It's like you're walking while your head doesn't see or hear anything that your body is experiencing.
Why did it not pick everything up?
Because it's full? Oh no, it's
No,
not.
it's not. I mean, sure. It's only a hop, skip and a jump away. Just go dump everything there.
The drones
The
will
drones
sort it
will
out.
see to it, yeah.
As far as I know, as soon as you click on one of the drone hubs that has some idle drones assigned to it, there is just a simple button that turns one of the drones into a fabrication print.
Right now, what's that?
Polymer.
Right, grab whatever that is. Oh, that's why it didn't pick everything, is because these are all individual little separate piles, of course.
Yeah.
While it's loading that, let's get Rover McRoverface down here. Right, mule. 40 metals, nice.
Cell Technologies reminds you that humans use sight as their primary sense in seeing where they are and what they are doing.
Well, my grandmother was blind. She wasn't born blind. She went blind when I was a baby. So I got used to being around blind people and
Cable fault reported.
Well, you still have your
being a kid.
ears.
You just kind of used to role play. Used to play at being my grandmother. My grandmother was blind, so I would play at being my grandmother and pretend to be a blind person.
Well, you'd still have your ears and a vague sense of where you are by having seen everything before. Cell Technologies is just trying to say that not having your head in the same room as your body sounds less than ideal. You can't see if you don't have eyes, and you
Anomaly
can't
found.
hear when you don't have ears.
Right.
You can't even really know if your body is upright or not, or if it's fallen down, because your middle ear is with your head.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of practical issues for certain.
Let's
doing
ask
more
it like
things.
this. Potato, since you're advocating for this mythological idea so much, would you be willing to have your head separated from your body? That is assuming, of course, you're not just doing it for the publicity. In this hypothetical version, having a head
good.
separated from your body is a completely normal experience and you wouldn't get any extra credit for it. Cell Technologies wouldn't do it, for instance. But I kinda already assumed that.
The explorer made a
Oh.
thorough scan of the anomaly site, but couldn't find anything unusual.
Regrettably, it appears that the unusual readings were just a sensor glitch.
Or
Were they? Do, do, do. Musical interlude? Did we like the musical interlude?
It was alright. Potato would do
Right.
it.
Raise
Tammy
a
apparently
voice.
doesn't like the idea and says, ew. Hold on, I'm not sure in response to what that is.
Is that not having your head on your body?
I'm not sure. She said it before Potato agreed with it.
Or the idea of me leaving a false leg lying around the place.
That's a bit... That's a bit back. I'm not sure if it's that.
Oh, do you know what? I should look at which research I want to queue up next.
So, Cell Technologies points out that kinesthetic sense would be
That
the
one.
main thing a body without a head would use to navigate. The
Mhm.
only other thing would be a sense of touch. No, we've almost already scanned everything.
Yeah, we're almost.
Ah, Tammy doesn't like the idea of one's head not being connected to the body, so ew. Yeah, understandable. As we've tried to outline so far.
I fancy building one of those big twin spire dome things
Have we
down
already
here.
researched that?
I
thought we
definitely
put
got
it
it
on the back
unlocked.
burner.
Discovered.
Yay! Dry farming.
Ooh.
Water
Oh, that's a
requirement
breakthrough and
crops.
it's going to be an early one.
Well, it will be the next one on the list,
Yes, but
which
it's...
is an early research compared to the others.
Yeah,
but-
so...
By mixing lab makers with Martian regolith, we have created what passes for Martian soil, providing improved subsurface water retention and reducing the need for watering. But we've just unlocked deep water extraction, and now we've got water beyond our wildest dreams.
Fair point.
Yes, so next thing to research. Where are you? You're there? Is that one. Right, where's the mule? What do you reckon if I said, come here? Come hither. Can he pathfind?
Of course he can. It'll be a bit wonky, but he'll manage.
And why do I think of the mule as being a he? I don't even... maybe
What's
he's
the
a
female
child.
version of a mule? A donkette. No, probably not.
Actually, I'm not sure. Aren't all mules either male or female? The one or the other, but I can't remember which.
Alright, so here's another thing. Potato proposes that with his head detached from his body, he could also be apart quite a long distance. So, for example, he could ship his own head to Sal's house, not feel affected, other than the mental fact that his body's on the other side of the world. I also feel you're you're not
What are they doing?
you're underestimating
They're
the...
all running round the back here. Are they collecting waste rock?
Did liquefaction happen?
No, because we haven't got deep metal extraction yet, and that's the one that's next.
Fair point. I don't know what they're doing.
Analyzed.
There's more to the barren environs of the Red Planet than meets the eye. A veritable...
Yeah. We know all about that.
We kinda do.
Dry
We
farming.
do not have the oblong dome yet.
Multi-spiral architecture. Ooh, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
but we do
that
want
will be
dome
the next one.
streamlining beforehand,
Yeah.
and gene
These
selection.
are all really low. So we'll whiz through them really quickly as soon as we've got these two.
Yes.
And I do want to get those two first. Especially because I'm not actually mining any concrete at the moment.
Like, as I was trying to say, I'm pretty sure you're underestimating the mental strain that you have to go through while having your head shipped through the world. Keep in mind that, delivery drivers are not the most careful, so you might experience long stretches of time where your head will be upside down, where you will be tossed around, and you'll spend most of your time in utter darkness.
Pipe leak reported.
But yeah, okay, I can see how that might be a semi-useful application. Although you would then afterwards be entirely dependent on people here. Tammy points out that the mule is born from a male donkey with a female horse.
But aren't the offspring always one gender or another?
Of course. Mules are apparently also sterile.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Oh, did you not know that?
No, I did not. I wasn't too invested into horse breeding so far. It's not really something you can easily bring up in conversation.
I'm not entirely sure why it's something that I so clearly know and have always known. True.
Sal Technologies is asking, is the classical Dullahan's head and body connection speed limited to the speed of light? Good question. So, if, for example, your head were on Earth and your body would be wandering around on Mars, would you experience any lag?
Well, wouldn't it be like two? Wouldn't it be
Experiencing lag in your own
entangled?
body? I mean, I guess. I'm not sure how the
anomaly turned
Oh.
out to be one of the most well-preserved asteroid impacts in our area. No geologist could ever put a price on it.
Earth scientists had long wondered about the effect of ancient asteroid impacts on Martian climate and geology. Several missions have been sent to gather data about these primordial events, but the landers failed, as if the Red Planet wanted to keep some of its secrets for itself. Generations had to pass until we managed to send a successful expedition to lift the shroud of mystery. That was me, that was. With the data we gathered from the site, our colleagues on Earth will have material for years of research. Maybe we would finally find out whether the Martian core was shut down or it died out on its own, and we would be able to predict the destiny of our own home world. We gained 800 million of funding
and 3,000
research points. Woohoo!
Lovely stuff.
Research complete.
Marvellous. That means I can now add to the research multi-spiral dome architecture. Yay!
Nice.
Yeah.
Tammy
And
is.
we're a good way through waste rock liquefaction as well already.
Yeah, I know, that was helpful. Go send the research vessel
Go
immediately to the next one.
go into.
Well, I like rushing. Select the left.
There.
Sorry. Returning to chat.
You're
See, that's why you
backseat
can't have
driver.
me actually watch this. I'm backseat
Well,
driving
no.
this too much.
At least you waited until Rover McRoverface had just stopped researching. So it was a relevant point. It was just one I was going to do. As opposed to when you don't watch it, when you make irrelevant points, when I have to explain why I can't do the thing that.
So Tammy's asking, would you want your head at home with your bird flying around and no way to shoo it away, Potato? To which Potato is saying, with his head connected to his body, his bird is still doing it regardless. Which is a fair point, but here's a question. What if your bird accidentally or purposefully tries to land on your weird flame hole that used to be your neck and tries to climb inside you? That sounds really gross. Please stop. It's a valid concern that you should take into consideration. Amir's minion's
Anomaly
still down here.
analyzed.
Right, let's get that unlocked.
Like I said, are Mia's minions still down here?
Yeah. They're doing their thing. Look, see. See, you can tell they're here.
Oh yeah, they are.
So I've got them. There's the depot that they're dropping everything at, and I've parked the Mia bot as far away from the depot, and then I'll just circle it round. It won't get everything, obviously, but keep them busy for a good while. Mule, what are you doing? Why are you idle?
Didn't find anything.
Well, then it should have gone back to the storage depot. And there is definitely stuff up there. Go and get that stuff then.
Anomaly analyzed.
Potato points out that a theoretical Dallahan Sal would be a lot better than a Succubus Sal or a Vampire Sal.
Mm-hmm.
Robot.
What? Robot cell?
No, I am as a robot. I try to not have too much blood on me at all times. So I feel like that would be less inconvenient, and seeing how she's partially already a night-dwelling person, when she can.
So if I was a vampire cell, that wouldn't matter to you as a robot? Or
Yes.
as a succubus cell, for that matter?
I assume so.
I mean, if I was a boiler cell,
Please don't.
that would cause you confliction.
Please don't go there. You're making me uncomfortable. So, Cell
Cable fault
Technologies.
reported. Pipe leak reported.
Something just been struck.
No, it's just doing that now. Points out that a valid concern is that if the magic hall isn't tangible, wouldn't that mean anything tangible can freely
Sector
enter
scanned.
into...
Milestone achieved.
Ooh.
Anomaly found.
You
I
scanned
have
all
scanned all
sectors.
sectors. Woohoo!
In Sol 200, on the point. Nice.
I really should start building up my colonists and things.
Where was I? Wouldn't that mean anything tangible can freely enter into the severed throat? Ooh.
Oh, look at that. So that was nice timing on getting the deep water extraction, because these water deposits up here have run out. So we might as well get rid of all of this lot.
Potato points out that you should check under my bed to see if I have a boiler catalogue stashed away. I have a perfectly good boiler right there next to me. I don't need a catalogue for a new one. Cell Technologies is asking, in relation to that magic wormhole thing, if air is tangible. To which Tammy replies that air can be tangible. It's called smog.
Mm-hmm. Yep, smog is definitely very tangible.
You know what would be why are you deleting all of those? There's another water deposit.
I'm unlikely to come up here.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to leave the tunnel up here.
So Cell Technologies is pointing out that in theory smog would then be able to affect Dullahans. Anyway, returning. You know what would be a very inconvenient version of Sal to have? A mermaid Sal. Not only would she have a terrible problem with indecency at almost all times, she would also require a bloody water tank anywhere around here.
Resources are low.
Food? What do you mean food's low? But food has never been a problem.
It is now.
Why is food a problem?
I don't know.
Let's go see if we can find out.
Probably because you're having a negative food production ratio and you were slowly draining your huge... Oh.
Let's have a look.
You closed one of those
I
farms,
think it's-
probably when you ran out of water.
Yeah, but we were still doing okay.
Population might have increased by now.
Might just be that I've got people working in the wrong places. And yeah, it might be a population decrease. How are we doing for people in there? We've got we've got 2 unemployed people. There were the 2 unemployed people that...
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
I thought we already scanned all sectors. Oh, deep scanning is happening now.
Yeah, so deep scanning stuff that wasn't scanned before. I
I know you don't want waste rock storage piles, but may I suggest a different
No.
type? Why not? You didn't even let me finish.
Oh, that was sounded so mean of me. Did I tell these people that I really wanted... Yes, I did. Like, send me all your botanists.
What was I? Oh, yes. Could you place down a few concrete storage piles for when liquidification happens?
Yeah, there's one over there.
Like 6 of them.
Will do. Can I sort out my food issue first? Because tidying up is not my main concern right at this moment.
Fine then.
I need to get some people. Who have
I
we
would
got?
assume it's already sorted as soon as you let time run again.
I've only got 2 people.
You only need 2 people to keep the farm running, really. You only have 2 people in the other farm, I assume.
I think I might need a bit more than that.
I don't think it's that much of a problem.
You don't reckon?
No. The only other thing you need to do is select 2 more crops to run on that field.
Oh yeah, how is this? Right, soil quality is 100. So,
I know, don't...
oops. We could cycle it with potatoes. What else we got? Right, that's the fast one. But it's low yield. It's been a while since I looked at the foods. Potatoes are the best crop, I seem to remember. So we wanted potatoes and then soybeans increases. Yeah. So we cycle between potatoes and soybeans.
Yeah, but you still have one period where nothing happens with the field.
No, then it just drops back to that one.
Oh, does it?
Yes,
I
I'm saying
assume
yes.
these were like seasons where they, plant...
No.
Well,
I don't
quote-unquote
believe that they
seasons.
stop working when it drops here.
A fair point.
I believe it just jumps to the next one. So you get a choice of 3 crops to cycle between.
Alright. I would have just put in the neutral, fast-growing crop in there at the end.
Because it doesn't know how long it's got to sit idle for.
Oh yeah, fair point. But, you could drop the fast-growing neutral crop in there, which would keep the soil quality at the same percentage, but quickly produce something.
Yeah, give them
in
a bit
pinch.
of... Yeah, 2 souls, I suppose. And give them a bit of variety in their foods, I suppose. Why not? Still don't have any people. We've now only got 1 unemployed. So
There we go. Problem solved.
Where did... Right, they're all just jiggling themselves around. Fine. I mean, I thought I'd said no to this. I must have kicked them out and then not blocked the spaces. What's not working? It is now. Okay, right, now to make
Oh, there we
you
go.
happy,
They just
Mia.
collected the entire
Anomaly
harvest there.
analyzed.
Alright, gonna put... In fact, I don't want to make them universal, do I?
No.
I want to put a depot concrete. And we want to put a pile of them. Are you annoyed by the fact that one is out of line, Mia?
I would say yes, but I'm really happy that you're having a lot of them, so I'm hesitant to complain.
Hesitant to complain. Well, who'd have thought it?
Thank you.
There we go. How about that?
It's beautiful.
Not sure if it's within range of the drone hub up here, though.
That's not a drone hub, is it?
No, I was looking for it.
It's not.
It's not, and neither is the piles.
Oh, well.
Sector scanned.
You might as
We
well
can move a
send some of
bunch
those drones.
down.
Hold on, before you click on them
Mhm.
individually, if you click on the drone hub,
Yep.
there is this icon there that packs a drone for reassignment. If you just hit that like 5 times, the drone enters the drone hub again and is stored as a fabrication plan, which means you can now go to any other drone hub and reassemble them there. That makes it easier to reassign them rather than having to manually click on each one of them and moving them over. Don't worry, they'll need them as soon as liquefaction is done, and I assume that will be soon.
Should be. In fact, let's go and have a look at Rover McRoverface.
On the
Who-
side note, the spotted cow's back.
Ah, hello, Spotted Cat.
Also, returning to chat again, Potato points out that he doesn't know if Dullahan
missed
can
one.
be affected by smog. He's never met one, which Cell Technologies finds understandable. And Potato points out that the Lamia cell, half snake and half human, would be worse because of the molting seasons.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't find it as inconvenient as having to store a water
Sector
tank
scanned.
around here and constantly having to refresh that. I appreciate only having to have one water container around here, and I wouldn't want to have a cold water one. You know, pose as competition.
Oh, this was the worst thing for Sal to be for me. It would be a mermaid.
Yes. Cell Technologies also points out that
Meteor
as a...
shower incoming.
Uh-oh. Let's just see where
You
that's
can't
gonna
see
be.
it yet, I assume.
Should get a little warning. I just have to spot it.
Cable fault reported.
No, it just warns you that a meteor storm is incoming in 17 hours, but you don't know the impact sites yet.
Bet it's up here.
Probably. Where was I? Cell Technologies points out that a half-snake Cell would still have hands to clean up after herself.
Yeah, but that requires me
Anomaly
to clean up
analysed.
after myself. Can you see the problem here?
Partially. Potato's asking, so I'd be
I do,
fine with
a
having
bit.
to clean up after a shedding Sal? Yes, probably. I'm already cleaning up after her. She leaves stuff lying around everywhere. Have you seen what she does with spices? She just leaves them on the counter like a savage.
What's wrong with that?
We've got a spice
Oh,
shelf.
it's-
That's wrong with that.
Oh, sorry, no, I meant what's wrong with Mia's minions down here? It's because the depot's full. I'm gonna put a depot for metals next door.
I think that's too far. Oh, no, it's
Resources are
not.
low.
And
Don't
I'm
worry
gonna
about the
put
food
an-
resource zoning.
Should be fine for polymers on that if there's any around.
Rover McRoverface is idle.
Okay, go get that one.
Sector
Go get him,
scanned.
boy.
Not sure if we'll be able to get up here. I
Don't
imagine
think so. Rover McRoverface is versatile, but I don't think he can come over that there. Cell Technologies is suggesting that you could sell the skin as authentic snake skin. You make handbags out of your own shed snake skin.
Well, I did at one point wonder if it would be possible to...
Make human handbags? Please don't tell me that's the direction we're going in.
No. My hair. You know, because I shed hair like a cat. Mia will confirm this. I drop
Yes, I
hair
know.
everywhere. I've got a lot of hair and it gets everywhere. But it's really silky. And I wondered whether it would be possible to like make it into wool and then knit something out of it, or make a garment of some sort out of my hair.
I'm not sure
really
if that's
is.
a sanitary thing to do, but I bet somebody in
you do it
history
with-
has done it before.
You do it with like cashmere and stuff like that. It's just hair from rabbits and goats.
Do you do it
and
with
things.
dandruff? Is there any useful product you can draw out of dandruff? Which is
You
kind
can
of like
compress it
human
into
shedding.
chalk.
Ooh, fine. Apparently, Potato's asking now if I'd be fine
where's
with
this
picking up
one
Sal's
supposed
molted skin butt off the floor next to her face flesh.
Oh, you.
If I don't think too much about it, yes. But Cell Technologies
wanna
points
know
out that
where.
snakes don't have butts, though.
True.
See, that's the kind of thinking I was going for here.
I want to know where.
Tammy says ew.
Yeah, precisely. I'm totally with Tammy on that.
You don't know yet where it is.
I know. I'm looking for signs.
You won't be able to see them until an hour.
Well, disaster starts now.
That's
So
a
I
nice
should
catchphrase, actually.
see- Should be able to see the little warning signs on the floor. You said before you won't be able to see it, and I looked and it was there.
Oh, fine
Do you
then.
remember? I just want to know if I need to move anything out the way. I mean, as long as it's not around the rover or, the movable things. As long as it's not around the movable things, then it's not really a problem.
Potato points out that Sal would still be half human, so some of her molted skin will retain some human anatomy.
Breakthrough discovered.
Does
Super fungus. Still ew, says Tammy.
yeah. I'm not sure that. Oh, that sounded close.
There
Oh,
we
it's all
go.
down here.
Oh, is Rover McRoverface still there?
No, but Mia's minions are. Right, Mia's minions, get in there. And Mule.
Go pick up those resource sites before it gets
Okay.
hit, and then we lose everything that they've collected down here. In the meantime, Rover
Where's
McRoverface
Rover?
could look at the other anomaly down there.
I'll just see if he can get up there. Just in case there is a path that I can't see.
Tammy thinks she has never said ew so many times in a stream
I
before.
know.
Cold wave approaching.
Uh-oh. Right, okay, hang on. That's an important thing. We need to get back and switch on all the subsurface heaters so they can all be repaired before... Actually, I should have just done a lot of them at once. Except these ones over here. Don't need these ones on. Oh, it didn't switch those ones on.
Why not?
Not sure, but...
Well, we need that one. There's a water tank right next to it.
That's alright. This is just reserves.
Oh, fine. Potato urges us to look up Lamia on Google and then tell him that I won't be picking up butt skin when Sal sheds. Can we change the topic to something less butt related?
Unless you.
Sal
let's
Technologies
go.
points out, even if there was an accessory butt on a Lamia, it still wouldn't be used like a butt. But Sal Technologies agrees we should change the topic.
Mule, you are a hero.
Nah, it's nothing.
Oh, it's easy for you to say. Sit there.
I saw you getting scared when that meteor
I
was flying
jumped.
by.
I did. Okay. Right,
Spotted
now
Cow
go.
wants to know if a Lamia is the same as a Naga.
If
Oh,
a what?
no.
So what?
A Lamia, a potato,
Sector
defined it as
scanning.
half snake, half human earlier on, is the same as a Naga. Don't ask me what it is. Cell Technologies believes that a Naga is more snake. Right. So Potato is now changing, or trying to change the topic to a sentient slime Sal. Why do we have to turn her into something gross? Probably because I turned down the vampire as being a normal thing. He's trying to outdo himself. Well, Sal, I wouldn't be too happy with it, but what is your opinion on being sentient slime?
I guess don't knock it till you've tried it.
Why would you want to try being sentient slime? You couldn't be able to walk down the street without ending up in a drain.
Anomaly analyzed.
Oh, that means that Rover McRoverface could make it over there then.
Ooh. Rover McRoverface, you're the real hero.
You really are. Okay.
Does that mean we're having access to all the anomaly? Or...
No, there's still... It means that we can get all of these resources up here, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that.
there's a...
Did the
this
mule
one.
finish?
Might just... the mule's back home.
Sector
okay.
scanned. Anomaly found.
I think Mia's minions, are just stood there, and I think I'm going to move you just back home as well.
Cell Technologies points out that slime's a mold.
Ooh. Nice.
Potato confirmed that a Naga is more snake. Also, the Spotted Cow urges me to never forget the Bob bit of Rover McRoverface. Rover McRoverface Bob is a bit of a mouthful, I admit.
Must admit, I'm glad that I haven't yet built a dome down here.
Yeah, we might want to wait until we have defense technologies.
Presuming, of course, that we get defense technologies.
I assume we
Oh,
will.
let's just go see how we're coping with the cold wave.
We're looking good.
We've got one not working there. Everything's working over here. Oh, I really should get a mine in for that.
So, Potato is now
Extraction.
asking, if I could choose, what type of monster human would I want to be? Or alternatively, what would I want Sal to be? Or Sal, what would you want to be?
Actually, is that already connected where it is?
I think so.
Might be.
So the Spotted Cow would choose to be a cow
Anomaly
human.
analyzed.
So, Minotaur. How do you call that?
Minotaur.
Minotaur. There you go. Or a Dungeons and Dragons Dragonborn or Lizard Folk. A minotaur sounds nice. They're big, imposing, scary, and
scanned.
probably still sensible enough. What would I be? Tammy, don't listen. This is going to be a gross one, but I want to be a really tiny, bug-like creature with very sharp claws that crawls into people's ears while they're sleeping, then burrow into their eyes from the inside and eat the eye from the inside.
Ew. Why?
Because I'd be a monster. Oh, I should have
Ew.
probably also told the spotted cow to not to listen, because the spotted cow's now saying you.
That's as you gets me.
Research complete.
Yay! Okay, that's my drones busy forever.
Tammy points out that this sounds like the weirdest superhero team ever. Cell Technologies is now asking if I want to be a Mind Flayer larva. I have never heard of that, but apparently if you're proclaiming it to be one, I guess my concept wasn't as
Anomaly
original as I had hoped. Fine, I'll think of something more
Breakthrough
conventional.
discovered.
Is being a ghost a
Printed
monster human?
electronics.
Can I be a ghost?
Sector scanned.
Oh, I've just got the Final Frontier achievement.
Ah, you deep scanned all sectors. Tammy is now saying ew again.
Well deserved as well. Okay, food's going back up.
Oh, the meteor storm is still ongoing. I was going to suggest to send me as minions up here and already start collecting stuff.
Oh, there's stuff closer to the tunnel yet. Still needs to be collected.
So
I want to clear down by the tunnel because if I put in a big dome and some infrastructure down
Pipe
there,
leak reported.
I would say no. Try to clean up at the farthest places first, because if you're going to put a dome there, you'll naturally want to build a drone hub soon, and then the drone hub will automatically pick up every last scrap that is around the place when
yeah,
you're
but
building
what
there.
if I want to put the dome right on top of the resources?
They will remove them.
There'd be like if I wanted to put a dome here, there's that and that and that and that. And
Don't they automatically
That-
We
remove
just found
them?
the wreckage of Phobos 2.
Ooh.
The old
Oh.
probe even had some new data for us to analyze.
On July the 7th, 1988, the Soviet Union launched 2 Proton K rockets carrying the Phobos 1 and Phobos 2 probes on a course to Mars. Of the 2 craft, only Phobos 2 reached its final destination, but contact with it was lost just before it could deliver its precious payload.
That thing.
Deliver what? Deliver to Mars or deliver to Earth? Must be to Mars.
I think they meant sending information back from
I guess.
Mars.
Humankind will be forever grateful for the information we salvaged from its computers. So the effect is location of several anomalies discovered. Woohoo!
Lovely stuff.
Check the map for new locations.
Anomaly found.
Marvellous.
So, to bring up a more conventional monster, then, if it helps, how about I'll try being a golem?
Whoa. Oh no, that's from the... Oh, look, there's down there, here.
Cell Technologies, cheers for new anomalies.
Yeah.
How about I try being a classic golem?
What, a man made out of mud? Okay.
Aren't there more fancy versions of that? Like, isn't there a golem made out of metal?
Isn't that a robot?
Yes, but it's one powered by magic.
Magic robot. Mere streams.
The spotted cow asks if I want to be a ghost so I can spy on people. No. It just sounds like a calm life. Disregard the fact that it's no longer alive anyway.
Right, let's have a look at some of these new breakthroughs and things, yes.
Potato points out that you can have a golem made out of flesh. Nope, thank you. if that was an option, I think, I'd probably go with the bad one.
Treats colonists to remove.
Try scrolling
flaws.
to the right to see if you've got meteor defenses already somewhere. There they
There
are.
they are.
Might be a good idea to invest into them after you've researched the new dome type, so when you build the new
Yeah.
dome, you can already protect it.
There's a whole load of large-scale excavations.
Cell Technologies wants to know if a golem made out of flesh is an undead. Probably.
Oh, we've got a wonder. A space elevator.
Ooh. Oh, I believe the thing
wow.
below and above it is a wonder too. A geoscape dome.
Yeah.
A slice of earth. The picture makes it look like they're putting a mountain in there. I want that.
Are we? Oh, it's because these are the top level technologies, aren't they? What are this? Retirement age and death from old age happen later. Hanging gardens.
Ooh, they're beautiful.
Wow, so these have all come around, like, very suddenly.
Yeah, that's because we picked up all the research things that are lying on the
Yeah,
ground
it's all the
recently.
unlocks.
So Potato says if Sal was a
Project
cat girl,
Millhope.
she could have all the catnip and not get arrested for it. I'm pretty sure she could already do that.
Wow! Look at this one.
What?
Extracts metals, rare metals, and waste rock without the need of a deposit while heating the surrounding area.
Ooh. I can see that being an
Nice.
endgame thing. The Spotted Cow's proposing I become a paper golem? Why? I like my idea of a metal one more.
Sanatorium upgrade. We would need a sanatorium. Oh, there's so much good stuff that we've got to research.
Well, stick with meteor defense for the moment,
yeah,
and
I
after
agree.
that, take a look at this next time around.
Oops. Yep.
So, Sal, did you have any plans and or ideas for what sort of monster you'd want to be if you could
Breakthrough
choose?
discovered.
It's okay, take your time.
Shall do.
She is.
Let's get him working on that. Meanwhile, Mir's minions. Have we got any more deposits around here? We have.
Do elves count as a monster race? Human monster? No, I guess not. They're more human than monster.
Are they?
I assume
I
so.
don't know.
I mean, the major difference is that they have different ears. But the Spotted Cow points out that Sal would be a Khajiit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now you've given her her answer, and that's taken all the anticipation away from waiting for her to come up with something.
Yeah. Now I've got a hairball.
Oh, there's that tickle again you predicted at the
Yeah,
start.
I did. I said at the start of the stream, I've got a tickle in my throat.
It came back to haunt you.
That shiny bit of polymer there.
Did we already develop waste rock liquefaction?
Yeah, they're on with it. Look at them go.
Oh, the beauty. Did you put all your drone prefabs into that drone hub? I remember you
I
putting
did.
5 in, but I wasn't sure if you also squeezed the rest in.
No. 5 was the number that I took off here.
I thought
So
you
that
took
left
10.
them with 10.
Yeah, and they had 20 before,
Oh.
so you took 10 off them. How heavy is the workload of that?
Just wondering whether to... No, we'll put them down here because these drones are going to be busy for a long time.
Yeah, you still have some in storage. One more.
Mm-hmm. Right, now, where's the mule? You're there.
What? So
What?
Potato says because you said your hair sheds like crazy, Potato could actually be a hairball. Why would...
Potato could be a hairball.
Yeah, he said I could actually be a hairball. I'm not sure if he meant to write
Anomaly
you.
analyzed.
Alright, why has... because they
Oh,
need
it could
depots.
actually be a hairball. The tickle in your throat could be a
Yeah,
hairball.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Right, I'm going to put down a depot. And I am going to put down a metals depot. And a polymer depot.
Cell Technologies points out the concept of potato hairballs.
Oh,
Now he calls me crazy, and Tammy says, ew. We need to stop doing this weird thing where we gross Tammy out and worry that she'll never want to see us again.
crazy tuber.
I refuse to be called a tuber, I'm also twitching.
I think he was referring to potato because they are tubers.
What?
Like
How is a
tubers is
potato
in
a
a
tuber?
type of vegetable.
I'm pretty sure he's referring to us.
I
Me
think it was
specifically.
an excellent play on words, although it might have been unintentional, but that doesn't matter.
The spotted cow says ew too, just to be cool. You should order a second science rover from Earth.
Oh, I've only got a few things left to do.
You've also
We're
got a
gonna
celebrity.
Until today, the only place we'd thought you could find Ice-15 outside of a lab was on an icy planet or a moon. And here we find it on Mars.
So Ice-15, or XV to those of us in the know, is a super dense phase of water ice which is formed in extreme cold and extremely high pressure environments. It turns out that the unique geological history of Mars allowed a small quantity of ice XV to form under the crust. Even though we didn't confirm any substantial deposits of water, what, have you seen how much ice there is? Any blah blah underwater ice, water mining, extraction, blah, 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 all that. Anyway, even though we didn't confirm any substantial deposits of water, this
Potatoes
discovery
done it now.
would cause uproar in the scientific communities and draw significant attention to our efforts on the Red Planet. Our sponsors immediately provided us with tools to discover more about the effects of Martian geology on the formation of underground ice, in the way of 500 million of funding, which is about one rocket's load of metal. Nice.
Potato's proposing that we give Tammy a command that gives her a counter for every time she wants to ew. Now Tammy's asking if Potato just called her Karma. To which Potato said yes, and then I said, oh no, Potato's done it now. But apparently no fight ensued, and she now just said cool. And the spotted cow said moo. Oh,
Are
anticlimactic.
the drones still busy? Yes, okay. Yeah, I'm just waiting really for my for these researchers to work through, and they're all so low level. They'll whiz through these first ones, and then we can build some really fancy. What's gene selection?
It's a very cheap
It's like,
breakthrough.
yeah, nice. We'll get it after we've got the things that I really want.
A fair point.
I want to get the domes. start building fancy domes up here.
Tammy said that she expressed her confusion because he usually calls her Scarlet. It's a weird thing. People usually call me Mid, but there is the odd occasion when people address me as Liab in online games or something. It always feels weird.
Anomaly analyzed.
Load whatever you find. Drop it off over here somewhere. Yep, go get some extra. Yeah, that meteor storm actually was pretty good. We got all this extra research and we got all this extra metals and things around here.
Did we already have a big mystery event happen?
No, I haven't even seen
that
anything
one
which
bit
looked like
where that one bit where we asked, or is it?
yeah,
Sounded like the start of a mystery
that's
event,
about
but
the
nothing
most
happened.
mysterious thing that's happened yet.
Fine then, I'll wait.
I thought it started around about cycle 100, but you know we're well into it.
Without giving away significant spoilers, my mystery event started with scanning a research. I'm not sure if all of them are started that way, but you know.
From what I've seen, and I've tried to avoid seeing, but I don't think they all start with that, and I don't know which one this starts with.
Cell Technology says maybe it was really just nothing. Or was it?
Yeah. Maybe we have let loose the ant farm of Mars.
Research complete.
Nice.
Oh, goodness gracious. Potato's proposing a superpower and wants to know if you would take it. You can duplicate yourself as many times as you want and unsummon your duplicates whenever you want. However, only the body gets duplicated, not the outfit you're currently wearing. Would you take this superpower?
Can I control my ability to duplicate myself? If I can do it at will, then yeah, sure.
Yes, you can do it at will. And
I'd be lying in bed, duplicate myself, say, go put on a suit and go to the office. Make sure you get the accounts written before I have to wake up. It'd be great.
We're getting back into the unethical treatment of supposed duplicates and clones here.
But we're talking about...
Imagine if you were a duplicate of yourself. You wouldn't feel very happy if your only purpose in life was to go to work and balance the accounts or something. Or so that's something Janice from accounting should be doing. The rover is doing a weird thing again.
I think he'll be okay. He's just taken the scenic route through the hills.
It's the action route.
Yeah.
Cell Technologies is asking if you do own a wardrobe.
I do own a wardrobe, yes.
I do not. I own drawers. You can't fit a lot in there next to the boiler. But I'm fine with drawers.
I've got a little wardrobe.
So Cell Technologies imagines that it's like this. You are yourself, and yourself commands you to do something. Now the question is, how well do you listen to yourself? Like, imagine you're standing there, there's a nice big cake, but you said, okay, I already had lunch, quite a big lunch, I shouldn't eat that cake. And you keep telling yourself, I shouldn't eat this cake, and then the cake is gone.
Well, as that.
See? So as long as cake's not involved, you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I'm leaving all these resources down here because I figure we're going to be wanting to build things and all this
Yeah.
stuff will come in useful. Right, mule, you
Although I
go.
think before we're able to build a
Research
dome
complete.
down here, we probably want to have the jet propulsion research so we can easily swap resources between both
No,
sides.
we're going to build a dome as soon as we've researched it.
But you have a completely empty dome at the center.
Yeah, but that's a boring little dome.
What do you mean?
I want a fancy big dome.
No, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What?
The spotted cow was afraid that there would be 300 naked sal lying around in the open. Another reason for me to
Waiting
move
for
out.
me to tattoo them up.
Here's a hypothetical scenario devised by Potato in which we two are having a conversation. Sal is saying, "Mia, can you do that thing?" To which I say, "No, I shan't. I'll duplicate a mob of myself next to you if you don't." Don't stop. I'll do it. Please go. I'll rob the bank. Oh, okay. Why did you tell me to go rob a bank? Also, if you have like 300 of yourself, couldn't you rob the bank? I mean, sure, your face will be plastered everywhere and you'll be very recognizable. But you'll just spawn a duplicate and tell people she did it.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
Oh no. The spotted cow expanded on the 300 cells in the apartment scenario with all of them going, "Meh, we're hungry."
Yeah, Mia can probably imagine that right now.
I'm not sure if you could fit 300 people
There's
in
a
here.
Deep mine.
300 people is a lot.
You'd have to rack and stack me, it's true.
I was hoping we'd, be able to stand up.
So, I've just been having a look to see where I'm going to place my big dome.
Did you send Rover McRoverface Bob down to the new anomalies down at the basin?
I sent him off here to come and get them. There was one... There it is. Get him getting that one. Because it's so...
Oh, look at this. The waste rock piles are diminishing.
Yeah, aren't you happy? Now you can stop nagging me about them.
No, I can't. They're still there.
Well, you can imagine the day when
Would
you will
you-
no longer need to nag me about waste rock piles. Oh,
I
do you know
do.
what I could do?
Tammy's asking, would your bathroom be able to support 300 duplicates? Depends if they all need to
only's
go.
anything to go by, probably not. About
Potato
that, mate.
doubts you would own enough clothes for 300 duplicates. Well, then there's still the question, why did you need to have 300 of them in the first place? They'd be squeezed in here like sardines.
Look, Mia, look.
Yes, it's okay.
I
I'll
did another
survive.
waste rock pile specially for you.
Thank you.
Oh, what do you mean you've got no... What are you out of?
I think that it's telling you that it's full.
Yeah, it is.
It's got 100 stored fuels.
Mm-hmm.
Cell
The
technology.
analysis tells us that we've found iridium-rich sulfides. That's a real rarity on Earth.
Mankind's ingenuity had found a myriad of applications for it, but we focused our plan on a much simpler, more vital role for our growing colony: RTGs. Free energy for everyone! Yay! Yay
We
for free
already
energy!
have a free energy generator, but
But tech boost 10% to all physics technologies.
wasn't laser defense a physic one?
I think so.
So we've got 10% more laser. Also, Cell Technologies proposes that we call the 300, stacked together cells.
Yeah.
We'll call them saldines.
Oh, very good.
Oh, okay. The
Why have we
spotted
got
cow
6 buildings
explains
not
how we
working?
get to 300 copies. So Sal, to the duplicate, says, "Do my work," and the duplicate goes no, so the duplicate spawns another duplicate.
Yes, I can see how that might end up being a problem.
Yeah, especially if the duplicate can spawn duplicates. That's a recipe for disaster.
Right, I've taken my eye off what's been going on back here. We don't need the subsurface heaters on because the cold wave is over.
We don't have the one up in the outpost anymore, so we
That's
can
right.
just... Lovely.
Yeah, we can just switch them off. And everything is broken, probably because I've got no metals down here. That's right.
Oh,
So-
luckily only the original can make a duplicate.
Is that part of the rules?
Potato apparently is making the rules, so I guess yes. On a side
that
note,
all
if you've
metal?
enjoyed this Mars Insanity
Oh.
and talk of gross topics so far and would like to see more, it is highly likely that there will be more next Thursday at 8 PM GMT+1, while Sal will be continuing to rule over Mars with a squishy, non-iron fist. You know what I mean. I wish I had an iron golem thing, but you know. Alternatively, if you'd rather watch me manage some tiny people running around tuning the TV or something like that, I'll probably be carrying on streaming Lobotomy Corporation next Wednesday at 8 PM GMT+1. And if neither of us are your cup of tea, we also always have the fruity cocktail that is Crazy Potato on offer, who will be streaming Night in the Woods this Saturday at 8 PM GMT+1 on his Twitch channel, which, as far as I remember, is being hosted by Sal. So, you know, you should probably get a notification when he goes live with that and everything's fine. And did I mention that the stream is over, by the way?
Yay!
We just confirmed the
Ooh,
location of a metal-rich deposit.
yay!
A drilling accident turned to our advantage.
We lost a
Hooray!
drilling probe while trying to analyse this anomaly. The signal was suddenly lost and we got the tingling feeling that we would get lucky with the second one. The operators were extra careful, and the second insertion revealed a vast network of underground cavities beneath the hard rock plate. On top of that, we managed to get in contact with the first probe, which had fallen through in another section of the crust faults. We used the two probes as triangulation points for telemetry and pinpointed the location of the deposit. We discovered a metal deposit. That's great because it's just down there, I think.
Is it?
That was where we were analysing.
Oh yeah,
It's
there
just
is
over
one.
there. Oh,
Nice. Again, like I said, stream's over. Can I click the stop streaming button
Yeah,
now?
let me
Is
just
the-
send the mule up there to get unloading all the metals because
Yes,
everything's
fine.
broken
In
and
the
I'll
meantime,
forget
Tammy
why.
says later everyone, and Cell Technology says farewell and goodbye, and the Spotted Cow says bye and a good moo to you all.
And thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you again soon.
We can't actually see